Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76 Sports. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Okay, first of all, Gary, I have a very loyal subscriber on this channel from the Michigan football fan base named Gary, and I think Gary's of the opinion that I should scrap all of this NBA content and just focus on our beloved maize and blue. And don't worry, Gary, I've got more Michigan football content coming, but I had to get in here and shoot this. I didn't intend to shoot this when I woke up this morning, but people in my Facebook network and two of my close buddies are still suffering from the hangover from last night's failed coronation. So Laker fan, I was all set to concede the game and concede the title, and I was all set to shoot a congratulatory video for you guys, even though it would have been painful. But the Miami Heat, and according to a few buddies, the NBA and the refs had other plans. So instead of last night being a coronation for the Los Angeles Lakers, it turned into the series got continued, and the Miami Heat refused to roll over and die. Now, again, this is gonna again, the outcome of last night's game is going to depend on who you talk to. Laker fan, they will insist that the refs hosed their beloved Lakers, while the objective onlooker like myself saw something totally different. I saw the Miami Heat pull themselves off the mat and counterpunch the Lakers. I saw them play with a level of desperation, and I saw Jimmy Butler step into his number one alpha dog role and assert himself. He made a number of clutch shots down the stretch of that game. He wasn't passive, and he stepped up and made things happen when his team needed it the most. He got in the lane, he forced contact with Laker defenders, and I think that the Heat defensively, they were able to close in on LeBron, when it mattered most as well, and alter his shots. What's interesting is I watch LeBron's game, and there are comparisons, and there will be comparisons when this is all said and done, to MJ. A lot of LeBron's game is just putting his head down, driving to the basket, and trying to exploit his size advantage over his defenders. His smaller defenders aren't big enough to physically oppose him, and his bigger defenders aren't fast enough to stop him. So a lot of his game is just putting his head down and slashing quickly to the basket and scoring that way. He does have the three-point range, and he does have the range to shoot it from 15 feet and those kinds of things. So I'm not saying that LeBron is not talented and LeBron is not skilled, but there is a simplicity to what he does. And as I will describe in the breakdown of the point totals, the rest of the Lakers didn't show up necessarily. And the game did come down to LeBron passing to the open man, and the open man not hitting the go-ahead shot, which was surprising. And those in my Facebook network Many of them have said, he did make the right play. Others have said that he should have shot the ball. I think either is true. I think he could have turned and tried to initiate the contact, but also the play that we saw Michael Jordan make time after time after time to John Paxson and to Steve Kerr, and I think maybe in some instances to Tony Kukoc, was MJ would turn when he generated a double or triple team. He passed out of those double and triple teams and hit open shooters, and those open shooters connected. Danny Green, it was interesting. It was kind of one of those plays that happened in slow motion. And I just knew that based upon destiny, based upon the Lakers wearing their Mamba jerseys, and just based upon the overall level of Laker enthusiasm, I just knew that he was going to hit that shot. And so when it clanked off the front of the rim, and it almost looked like it fell short as well, that was odd, and that was a surprise, because I thought, okay, it's laid out here in storybook fashion. LeBron drives the lane, he turns, he finds his open guy, and they're going to ride off into the sunset. Well, not so fast, because the ball, it didn't find the rim cleanly, which is what you would have expected from Danny Green, because that's his specialty. He is a specialty three-point shooter. So that was a bit of a head scratcher. And he's taken a bit of a beating today and last night in the aftermath of that game. But Danny Green has been taking a beating throughout the playoffs from Laker fan. Surprisingly, Kyle Kuzma has taken a beating as well. Laker fan is brutal. They're insufferable, just like Ohio State fan. But I thought Kuzma has played a good series for the Lakers, filling in that 3 spot throughout the playoffs. He's a younger guy. He's never been this deep in the postseason. But he's taken a beating as well in the aftermath of last night's loss. So I'm just going to run over the stats really quickly as I saw them. The final score was 111-108 Miami. In terms of the quarters, Miami won the first quarter, they won the second quarter. The first quarter was 25-24, the second quarter was 35-32. They won the third quarter 28-26, and then the Lakers won the fourth quarter 26-23. But it came down to a series of clutch shots by Jimmy Butler, one of my buddies, who's pretty famous on this channel now, Aleem Abdul Gaines. Feels like the refs elevated Jimmy Butler to James Harden status, and he was getting calls that he shouldn't have been getting and that he normally wouldn't have gotten. So he feels like that had something to do with it. Laker fan feels like the Lakers were called for more fouls than they should have been called for in that coronation game. I thought that the Heat did what they were supposed to do, and they were aggressive, and they initiated contact. They also got a lot of production out of Duncan Robinson, who went to my school, Michigan, go blue. He was hitting from long range, and I think that helped keep the Heat in that game, and it helped elevate them as well. So that was a breakdown of the quarters. What actually prompted me to record this video slash voiceover were the point totals. Looking at the point totals, wow, LeBron scored 28. Anthony Davis was his usual productive self, though he did get injured late in the game. It looked like he was clutching his calf or his Achilles, and he looked a little bit hobbled after that. So keep an eye on that for Game 6. If he's not 100%, that's bad for the Lakers. But he ended with 28 points. But again, at the end of the game, it looked like he was kind of hobbling around. Their next highest score was Contavious Caldwell-Pope with 16 points. And their next highest score was Danny Green with 8, and then Kyle Kuzma with 7. So the Lakers only got 3 double-digit scorers. Caruso has had a good series, but he seemed a little shaken by the moment, and he was all over the place. And Jimmy Butler made a key steal on Caruso late in that game. In terms of the Heat, they got scoring all over. Jimmy Butler scored 35. Jay Crowder scored 11. Bam Adebayo scored 13. Duncan Robinson scored 26. Tyler Hero scored 12. And K Nunn, scored 14. So they got balanced scoring all over. So it was cool. I thought that the Heat were down for the count. And again, last night was going to be the coronation game. I was all set to shoot a congratulations video for Laker fan, but the Heat gave us another game. And if you believe the conspiracy theorist Laker fan, the NBA colluded in this whole thing. So, Laker fan, you're still up 3-2. If you win the next game, that's it. It's over. But if Anthony Davis is hurt, and if the Heat can continue to play above themselves for 2 more games, well, then things get a little bit more dicey. But relax, Laker fan. You're up 3-2. So, keeping in mind the percentages, in all likelihood, you guys will win the thing on Sunday night. But it was cool to see the series get extended for another game. So, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, I know, Gary, I should be focused on my Michigan football content, but I have a lot of basketball fans in my Facebook network, and there are a bunch of basketball groups on Facebook that I'm a part of as well, who I think will really dig this content. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. If the Lakers figure out a way to lose this thing, this will be a huge stain on their overall legacy, and even on LeBron's legacy as he looks to establish himself as the GOAT. In any case, I will talk to you all the next time. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. And hey, let's see what happens in Game 6. All right. Peace.